Want to know how to whet someone's appetite? Princess Yueyang jumps in, claiming she can revive Gao Jianli, but with a condition. She aims to win Gao Jianli first. Dad's approval fuels Princess cooking showdown, as Gao thinks, doomed. This guy won't open his mouth, leaving the princess defeated among eunuchs. Gao Jianli reacts as Princess' outfit flutters, seems he had life regrets, perhaps longing for female companionship. He inches toward the princess, but gets swatted away, his eyes scream longing. Seeing his desperation, the princess takes a big gulp of soup. She decides to feed him soup. Tasting femininity, he forgets suicide, diving into meat. He fills up quickly, washes it down with some alcohol, and waves his rugged hand, shoving the gyukin aside. Gao Jianli opts to be a slave to avoid emotional drama. Living in this dog-iron-head city is 10 times harder. He's got the princess' heart, but is also signing up for a death sentence. Gao Jianli leaps at the princess, and she doesn't say no. With Ken attacking Chu's capital, they embrace like there's no tomorrow. You broke my leg. You broke my foot. The little red dots on the white cloth are his suicide notes. After tasting the princess' sweetness, he's obsessed, but the scholar's pride demands he faces death before I go. I need to deliver this letter to you. Why wait? Give your guts to the king, pronto. Just as he turns to bravely face his impending death, Yueyang resolutely stands up. Yueyang, you're up. She stumbles out of the palace. The crowd gasps in shock. As the king rushes in, Gao Jianli raises the letter and grabs him by the neck. The king, fuming with rage, starts scratching his ear like a curious cat, personally digging into the dirt. He furiously vents his inner anger, scolding his beloved princess and the prominent general of Ken, all the while contemplating in his heart, how could I have so easily fallen prey to Gao Jianli's deceit? Yueyang is head over heels for Gao Jianli, ignoring her fiancé and the king's orders, as she dashes into the slave camp for a seat. The crowd calls for Gao Jianli's punishment, but the king hesitates and starts backpedaling in denial. Witnessing the king's unfair treatment, everyone resigns in anger and leaves. But when he stands up in response, all he does is spout empty words, although Gao Jianli has been saved, for the time being. But it's only temporary. The song about rebellion will make sure Gao Jianli's crimes are not forgotten. I can hear the human element here. During a festival, they fish Gao Jianli out of prison. The melody enchanted officials, forgetting to kill him, just Yueyang remained. At this moment, Yueyang's affection for Gao Jianli grows, watching these gold diggers get angrier. Yet, they ignore warnings as they deal with the kin song. If you can create a song for Yueyang, you will surely attract countless people to touch this kin song. Yueyang hopes for Gao Jianli's agreement to write a kin song, and in exchange, she's willing to pledge herself. Seeing Gao Jianli's arrogance, the king issues house arrest. Wang Jian is dragged to court for the final council before attacking Kai. In response to Gao Jianli's appointment, all the officials rise up in protest. The important position for managing national ceremonies has always been held by royalty. How can they accept a convict as they appoint? He's just a man meant good for nothing but stirring trouble. Who supports their point of view? Ten Wazhou Menyi Chenzai. You're collecting concubines like stamps. Your main wife has no choice but to yield. This is quite entertaining. Zhengjai and Chenzai, your dice skills are unbeatable. You gamble all night, then lend money at exorbitant interest rates. Isn't it quite a lack of class? I hear you just married again. Is this the 31st time around? Hurry up and invite me to the wedding banquet. I don't want to miss out on such an important occasion. What benefit do your marriages bring? Just for the sake of telling more jokes? I see, Chenzai. I've heard rumors that you never skimp on maintaining relationships. You actually sleep in the same bed with your brothers? Now, that's truly absurd. Is this a joke? Everyone's as curious as cats. Here's a golden opportunity. Go feed fish at the East Sea. He would fit in perfectly with those 800 fine gentlemen. The Qin Empire still hasn't slept. 500 years of blood hasn't dried yet. Our scholars and warriors are starting to imitate the greed of the Six States and rush into chaos. The king has finally had enough. He directly questions his ministers on how Gao Jianli can write love poems. He is no longer content with the tributes from his officials. He personally storms into Gao Jianli's mansion, bringing along 1,000 young women who have volunteered. However, Gao Jianli remains steadfast and unyielding, even going so far as to threaten to give his life rather than comply. Unable to resolve the issue with the King of Qin, Gao Jianli contemplates rushing to Wan Bent to trick him into helping resolve it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed our content, please subscribe to our channel.